Hey everyone, my name is Chris McGurn and I am with New Hope Network, and we are back with another episode of Minute to Pitch It, the show where we put the spotlight on brands and give them the opportunity to pitch their brand to the world. But can they do it in just 60 seconds? Well, today I'm here with Andrew Suzuka of Otamot here at Natural Products Expo East. So Andrew, how are you feeling? Do you feel like you can pitch, all the hard work you've put into your brand in just 60 seconds?
I don't have much of a choice, so I'm going to say yes.
Okay, all right. Well, are you feeling ready?
Yes.
Okay, I think I'm ready. I think everyone at home's ready. So, Andrew, your minute to pitch it starts right now.
Hi everyone, my name is Andrew Suzuka. I'm the CEO of Otamot Foods. We make the world's most delicious and nutritious tomato sauce called Otamot Organic Essential Sauce. Our reason for being is to bring real nutrition to everyday foods. So our first product is here. It's a tomato sauce, which is extremely healthy and extremely delicious, and it's a category disruptor. The tomato sauce industry hasn't been disrupted in the longest time. You see a sea of sameness when you go into a grocery store. And I felt that for my family, I needed to do something different. So this literally started by accident. This business started by accident. This backstory is, my daughter, who's 8 years old, she doesn't like to eat vegetables. I got tired of fighting with her about eat your vegetables, so I made a vegetable-heavy tomato sauce that was super nutritious. She said, "Dad, I want more and more." I had to turn this into something more of that, and we just are lucky enough to be here. We just closed a $1 million seed round, and I'm just trying to make it.
And your time is up, Andrew. You did a fantastic job. You really did a great job. Obviously, there's so much to say about the brand, all that's going into it. So we're just going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back, where we'll ask Andrew a few more questions about Otamot. All right, and we're back here with Andrew Suzuka of Otamot. You did a great job with your pitch.
Thank you.
I just want to ask you, how's your Expo East been so far?
It's been pretty awesome. I mean, we started out with a firework. With our first person that came by was a major retailer, wants to carry our stuff. The second person that came by was a major one, and just the learning that we're getting here, speaking to people from Unify, from KeHE, from even other exhibitors right across here, and also able to help them. They're asking us, was this a good move, or this one, and just being able to share that knowledge in this community with people that are actually trying to make a difference, like we are. And for us, we're genuine as it gets. We are true to our nutrition, true to our core, and it's hitting home with so many people. So just hearing from people, there's so many times I wish I had a camera, just a GoPro, Google goggles, and I can record what people are telling us. This is the most amazing thing. I got to show you to my friends. We have people from Chobani's booth coming up saying, "Hey, we heard about your sauce. We have to try it." And it just feels good. It just makes you feel like that was worth not sleeping for.
Yeah, that's great. And I mean, you just mentioned doing things for the right reason. So I want you to speak more to that aha moment that kind of brought you into all of this and brought you here today.
Right. So we are not supposed to be here, and I only mean that half jokingly. This was a business by accident. I do not know how to launch food products, or at least I didn't when I started this thing. I come from advertising, 20 years in advertising, finance and advertising. So what happened, the aha moment was when I just didn't want to fight with my daughter anymore about eating her vegetables. But she loves pasta, she loves pizza. And I said, well, hold on, Evelyn, let's wait, and Dad's gonna make some pasta sauce tonight, even though I love cooking with her. And that's when I went to the fridge, I grabbed some reddish vegetables, and I made her a pizza. She loved it. She said, "Dad, I want more. I want more." So that was
reddish vegetables.
Reddish. Yeah. Honestly, it came out a little pink, and I turned the lights down, and so just so she would enjoy it and eat it, because she's very color perceptive too. So the aha moment was when I said, "Wait a minute, why don't we can wrap a label around this and sell it at a market, and I can help other parents." That was what I call the light bulb moment. The stadium light moment came a few months later when I met my partner, Maxime Bilet. Maxime Bilet is a 2-time James Beard award-winning chef and cookbook author who co-wrote Modernist Cuisine, 2,500 pages on the art and science of cooking. Maxime's hired by all the bigwigs to do all their R&D, and I just happened to be lucky enough, the stars aligned, that I'm really good friends with his dad. We got together, and we said, we have to do something that's different. This food industry needs to be disrupted. And so the inspiration came from my daughter, and there's that genuineness there that I feel so proud when I come home and she's eating this, or I'm able to feed it to her. And then making it taste delicious happens with Maxime. So the combination, I mean, what we're doing, it's exciting. I get excited to wake up every day. I hate sleeping, honestly, because of, what we're doing is so important.
Yeah, well, you sound really driven, and, you mentioned, your partner Maxine, and you have it sounds like a really strong team. And so many retailers and investors, when they're investing in a brand at the end of the day, but truthfully they're investing in the founder and the person behind the company. So what do you bring to the table as a founder?
Right. So we're lucky enough that in the beginning we had our friends and family, and those are the ones that are going to believe in you, even if they don't. Right? So, but what we've been dealing with recently are more and more investors come in. We just closed $1 million seed round at a $3 million pre-money valuation.
Congrats.
Thanks. So, and what I've heard time and time again is we're betting on you, Andrew, and they see the drive, they see the communication. What I find, and just me as a person, is you have to be transparent. You have to share updates. I sat there this morning. I sent people, "Hey, how did it go yesterday?" It was meaningful for me to do that for them, and then they see like what's happening. What are the quick updates? And I always tell my investors, thank you, because without them on this journey, of course you need me and the team, et cetera, to make it happen. But they're the other half, right? For us to do this, it's not easy. The launching a food brand is not an easy process, and I learn something new every day. I'm trying to not screw up too much, and that's why I try to speak to so many people and just learn, because if I'm not humble enough and I don't take the time to learn, it's not going to work. But we've so far been having really good traction, and I just want everyone to be proud of me and the business and their investment, and that's my approach.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you've been doing a great job. I mean, you just closed a great seed round. So you've worked with investors. So who's the next partner for you on the horizon that can take Otamot to the next level? Is that another investor? Is it a retailer? Who might that be?
Right. So there's that dumb money and smart money, right? And at first I just needed money. All right. So I put my own money in to a point where my wife wasn't going to lock the doors and I can still come in the house, right? But at some point, you have to take in more and more capital. And what I'm doing now is that we actually could raise more if we want to, and I had to say no, that we're not taking any more investors in, and so I'm being selective with how I closed out this round, and I'm calling it smart money. It's people that have industry knowledge. When you have your factory saying we want to invest, and you have different people that have been in food that want to invest, people that have launched food products. So, the next round is really coming from not necessarily institutional investors, because we'll get there if needed one day, or the VCs, but really people with deep experience that just have been successful, and they just love what we're doing, and they'll also allow me to run this business without being overly bearing. Like the ones that trust you. I think the trust is key. We said no to some big money because they wanted to have complete rights over so many things. And I didn't spend all this time to give that up, because no one's going to care more about this than I will. So the next round are strategic people that are going to bring some real value to this business.
Yeah. And okay, so you sound like such an inspired and driven founder. Okay, and let's say all that goes well, where is Otamot in 5 years?
Otamot in 5 years is probably with Unilever, or it's with Mondelez, or it's with one of those guys. It's going to be with someone that promises to take care of the brand and not throw away everything that we work so hard for. Otamot is with someone in 5 years that I'll still be proud to buy our products from at that point.
Absolutely. Okay. And I just have one more question for you. So, I've tried this product myself. I think it's amazing. I think it's really delicious.
Thank you.
Now, what is your favorite dish to prepare with your sauce? That's what I want to know.
Favorite dish? It's probably pizza. I mean, pizza is just, it's really fun, it's easy, and it's also, I like to cook with the family. So being able to make that, either buy the dough or make the dough yourself, it's a very thick sauce. I don't believe in selling water. I want to give people the biggest bang for their buck and really have a nutrient-dense food. And pizza, it just works so well with that. It works well with pasta too. You're never going to get a pool of water in there. All the typical things. Some people really love making soups with it. So hit this, one jar or a cup of this with a cup of water. You have the most nutritious, delicious tomato soup you've had in your entire life.
Yeah.
So, but for me personally, pizza is just a fun thing, and it's an interactive thing that I can do with friends and family.
Yeah. And you mentioned, it's a very nutrient-dense sauce. So can you speak more to some of the vegetables that you've put in this blend and the nutritional benefits that they provide?
Yeah, this is actually the part that I'm most proud of. So thanks, Chris, for asking. Yeah. So every vegetable we have 10 vegetables in our sauce, and each one is picked with purpose. So we don't just throw an ingredient in there because it's the new trend or it's something really interesting and we're going to experiment. We pick vegetables with purpose. We thought about what are humans what do they need more of? And even my kids, honestly, they'll take those little gummies in the morning, the Flintstones, and I don't feel great as a parent they're taking it. Why can't I give them more nutritious food? So the nutrients become very key. We pick them with purposes. What do people need more of? But it has to taste great. So you can't just throw things in there because they're nutrient dense. It has to taste great. So it's a balance. So the vegetables were picked with a purpose, and we just ended up landing on these 10, right, with my partner Max. The other part that I'm most proud about is our nutritional label. So we have 15 vitamins and nutrients that are incredible, and they're real. So the other thing that I've learned in the industry is that labels can be theoretical, and that's okay. You say, I have a pound of carrots, I have a pound of tomatoes, and here's your label for $50. Our labels cost $2,500, and that's because we send them to get mass spec'd by a laboratory that is well respected, and they give us a full nutritional analysis. Here's your fats, here's your vitamin A, vitamin B. So when I tell people we're high in fiber and we're high in vitamin A, we really are, because we send them a jar to test. I don't know how many brands are out there, and maybe some can't do it because they're startup and they're looking to save money, but I'm looking at put the most nutritious sauce on the planet on my house. The fact on my dining room table in the kitchen. The fact that there's other people now that are buying it, it's kind of a mind trip for me.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting, but that means so much to me. How can I put the most nutritious thing out there?
Yeah. And I mean, we love that you're doing the product testing to validate the ingredients. We also love, the new organic certification to step up to organic, kind of right off the bat. So yeah, you did a great job with your pitch, and it was great learning more about Otamot. Thanks, Andrew.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Go buy it, otamotfoods.com.